Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Family, we really want to thank every single person that supports us on this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much to everybody that supports us on Patreon and enables us to continue to bring you all the Wake Up Africa news. We do have exclusive content in Patreon, so definitely check it out. And for everyone that sends us a love donation, we appreciate love you so much. Family, I thought I'd give you an example today of what mamas or, Mama Earth's, the great mother, the Most High Creator's reset looks like, because it's happening. And please, check out my show where I talked about how there's two global resets that are happening at this time, because that show definitely ties into this one. And, Europe right now is experiencing a massive heat wave. I think the hottest weather ever recorded. Portugal had something like 45 degrees Celsius. Damn. Either last week or earlier this week, in the divided kingdom, they reported that the weather was going to hit 40 degrees Celsius, and they advised people to stay indoors and to take plenty of water, blah, 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 blah. And they talked about it was a historic hot spell. It had never, ever been recorded since I guess they started recording the weather. And they said, for the first time, temperatures of 40 degrees centigrade have been forecast in the divided kingdom. And the Met Office has issued the first ever red warning for exceptional heat. And that was basically, they issued like a climate emergency. And remember when Biden was joking last year? No one took him seriously when he was talking about how we may see climate change emergencies or climate change lockdowns. Sorry, that's what I meant. I don't know if you guys remember him talking about that. It came and it left. I did mention it on a show last year, and now it looks like that may actually come to pass, because there's a scientist actually who says that a professor actually, emeritus of geophysical and climate hazards, and he's talking about how it's going to become commonplace to have this kind of weather in Europe. It's going to become commonplace in the summer to have this 40-degree, 50-degree weather. And this is a sign, family, of the great reset from Mama Nature's angle. This is what Mama Nature is doing. She has heated up. More information is hitting the planet in the form of UV rays. More light codes, more keys. And for those of us who have melanin, our melanin is being activated and increased and sped up to accommodate the new quote unquote light codes that are piercing the planet right now. This is a sign. Spain alone was having 30 fires by the time I was reporting this. 30 fires in different parts of Spain where they had to, evacuate the people. Spain is maybe the size of like a Texas or something like that. Same thing was witnessed in Portugal, and they were telling their people not to come out of their houses. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny, or could it be possible, family? Because we're not being told what's really going on. Mama Earth is resetting herself. And here in Africa, here in Kenya, it's super cold. Well, here in Kenya right now, we're going through our winter until like maybe September, October. And it's cold. Especially people, who are higher up, like in Nairobi, etc. They're suffering, man. This is Mama Nature resetting herself. And the thing is, her children, all the animals, etc., they have the necessary tools to kind of ride this wave, to ride this. This is the evolution. But I was talking about the machine. I was thinking, what if they turned on this machine in order to kind of stop what we're witnessing right now, or in order to kind of, I don't know, do something with the weather, family, on a whole other scale. Because they're saying that the only, reprieve that Europe is going to have is later this week, when a bout of cold air will kind of cool the continent down. And then don't forget the dust storms that are taking massive tons and tons of dust from the Sahara, heading straight for the divided states, family. And some say, there's been rumors that every hurricane, not rumors, but there's been research that shows that every hurricane that happens in the divided states originates in Ethiopia or originates in the Sahara. So it's like the northern part of the hemisphere is going through some craziness, family, and they're not even ready for it. They're not built for it. So during, so the divided kingdom, like during the Monday and Tuesday were going to be their worst days. And during that time, they had extra emergency staff, extra, like, what are they called? Ambulances, all this stuff. But this professor says this is going to become a way of life. 40 degrees will be, he says, the children, in the children's generation, maybe in a decade or two, not even that far ahead, Europe will be super hot during the summers, and people will remember the days of 40 degrees weather. And then you're seeing the extreme of super cold during winter. So it will literally become inhabitable. And that's why there's been all this talk of climate change. But it's deeper than climate change. It's nature's reset. A lot of moves are being made because the secret societies of this world know that there's nothing they can do to stop this. If anything, they're actually making it happen quicker. The world is heating up. More information is coming to us. But it's like the as hot as it gets is as cold as it will get as well in certain parts of the world. This is Mama Earth reset. I just wanted you guys to see the example of that. And if you haven't already, look into concepts of like sun gazing. Be very careful when you're doing it, of course. Some say this isn't even the yellow sun of our childhood. Stories for other days. If you're in Babylon, just know it's not gonna get better. It's actually getting worse. So I would be making my plans to come home to get out of Babylon as quickly as possible, because the weather is gonna get worse, family. And the thing is, they're not telling people ahead of time to be able to prepare themselves. It's like a few days before this happened, all of a sudden, all the media was like, heat wave coming, this and that. It's going to be super hot, never seen weather, historic weather. Stay at home between 1 and 6 p.m. for the Mzungus. So they're not going to tell you. So family, please start looking at alternative weather news. Start looking for people who are like, all they do is weather, but special weather. Those who are looking at what's happening in the atmosphere. I've already suggested Mr. 3B, 333 or something like that, but there's others as well. Start looking at people who are recording like the UV rays and things like that. Because Mama Nature's reset is on a whole other dimension than what these guys are trying to do with their global reset. And this explains why they may be trying to launch the metaverse and all this stuff, because they're going to need it if they have to stay indoors most of the time. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, tuko pamoja. Looking for a conscious community, or for people, who are on their awakening journey, on their transition to an off-grid living in your country, well, we have the solution, family. We're calling it Unity Communities. We get so many emails every week from people who ask if I know of people in their region, or people in their city, or people in their town who are on a similar kind of journey, who have broken away or are breaking away from the religious psychosis, and they're looking for just people who think the same way in their town, in their city. But more importantly, to give us a community where we feel understood, understood, overstood, where we can bond with people of like mind. And if you feel called to be part of this, definitely email me at drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Please put your country in the subject line with Unity Communities. Get in touch with me, drmumbi at drmumbishow.com. Unity Communities.
Wake up!